what a lot of people fail to realize is that changing your life is a process. It's not something that happens within a day or a week or even a month. It's something that really takes time and a lot of consistency. And it really starts with your small habits. See, the problem with these New Year's resolutions that people make is that oftentimes people tend to aim a little too high. They tell themselves on January 1st, I'm going to start going to the gym 7 days a week, every single day, because I'm trying to get ripped, right? So they have all this enthusiasm, all this excitement regarding like their dream body. But then these same people soon come to the realization that they can't keep up with this new lifestyle because they're essentially trying to make too drastic of a change in too short of a time. They're coming from a sedentary lifestyle and then automatically they're gonna somehow become a gym rat and go to the gym every single day. This is why people tend to fail their New Year's resolutions, because they don't start small and then work their way up. They don't incorporate what is known, in gym terms, as progressive overload. You start with the small weights, and then once you get stronger, you gradually increase the weight every single time. It's the same thing in real life. You have to first start tackling your small day-to-day lifestyle habits before you completely turn your life a whole 180. So that's why I decided to make this video, because I wanted to give you some practical steps that you can take in order to actually begin to transform your life in 2022. So with that being said, let's get straight to it. So the first way to begin the transformation process is by setting that intention. And you're kind of already doing that by watching this video, but it's good to just, really analyze your current lifestyle. Look around, see it as your room. It's a mess. There's trash all over the floor, and you got to start picking things up one by one. Maybe there's some things that you've been neglecting, such as your physical health. Maybe your skincare, you haven't been washing your face or something like that. Or maybe you haven't been talking to God like how you used to. Look at these pitfalls, acknowledge them, and tell yourself, I've acknowledged my pitfalls and I'm going to make a lifestyle change in 2022. Say that right now in the comment section to affirm yourself. I've acknowledged my pitfalls and I'm going to make a lifestyle change in 2022. Go ahead. I'll let you do your thing. You good? Alright, cool. Now that you've set the intention for transformation, now we have to work on the very first hazard that could be in the way of you changing your life. And it's this right here. Okay, this device right here. This device right here can be a blessing and it can be a tool to success, but it can also be a hazard, as I just said, because this device contains our social media. And as you may already know, social media is very addicting. And I know this firsthand because I used to be addicted to Instagram and I used to be addicted to TikTok, okay? And I would spend a lot of time scrolling on these apps mindlessly. There would be times where, let's say 1 minute, I'm on Instagram just scrolling away, and then I would close out the app. And then 2 minutes later, I would check it again, kind of on impulse, because I felt like I was missing out. But what happened within 2 minutes? Nothing happened. So I had to take a step back and realize this was becoming toxic. I had to remove these platforms from my life. Okay, and I know somebody might say, oh, but I need social media. That's how I communicate with my friends. How else am I going to talk to them? Look, if that's the case, all you really need to do is just go on one of these platforms, maybe post on your story or something, and tell everybody, look, okay, I'm taking a break from social media. I need to collect myself. I need to better myself. So if you want to talk to me, just text me. Okay, here's my number. And the people who really want to continue talking to you, they'll hit you up. But the people who don't really care about you, they won't hit you up. So maybe that'll give you an idea of who really rocks with you and who really doesn't. You know what I'm saying? You may not really need social media as much as you think you do. Because think about it. When you're on social media, you find yourself comparing your lifestyle to other people. You find yourself feeling insecure. You find yourself wasting time. And you just find yourself not really doing much. So that's step number 1. Get rid of social media. Or at the very least, try to use it less. Okay, monitor how much you're using social media and try to cut back significantly just for the betterment of your mental health. Now the second hazard that we need to tackle is the habit of picking up our phones the very first second that we wake up in the morning. Now I still struggle with this because when I wake up in the morning, even though I don't use conventional social media, I still use YouTube a lot. Okay, and usually when I wake up in the morning, I turn off my alarm and then I end up finding myself just being on YouTube watching hella videos like early in the morning, and I don't even be getting out of bed. You know what I'm saying? This is a huge time waster. So honestly, I think what I'm gonna start doing is, instead of just putting my phone on that nightstand right there where it usually be, I might have to like put it like in my closet or something like that. Or when I step outside my room, there's usually like another closet like right over here, and I can just throw it in there, something like that, just so it's not so easily accessible. And if I actually want to reach it, like let's say in the morning, like when I put my alarm and I hear it, if I actually want to get my phone, I have to get up out of bed and go and get it, which requires a little bit more effort. And usually once you're able to get out of bed, you're more inclined to like go right ahead with your morning routine because you're already up, so you might as well, right? So it's kind of like a psychological trick. Or if you're not a person who like needs an alarm, you can put your phone even farther in the basement, or maybe like in the kitchen or something like that. So it's really a challenge like to just like stay and lay in your bed. And this applies not just to phones, but to laptops or iPads. Like, you want to make it so that all these kinds of distractions are limited, so we're actually able to keep moving forward and not be sidetracked. So now that we've gotten some of the hazards out the way, we now have to start to implement routine in our lives. Specifically, a morning routine. A routine that's going to help us to structure our day-to-day lifestyle and really like start our day off correctly, if that makes sense. So maybe your morning routine could be something like, okay, I wake up and then I go to the bathroom, I brush my teeth, I wash my face, and then maybe I hit a 5-minute workout. And then maybe after that, I meditate for like 5 minutes, whatever it may be. You know, honestly, I can't make it for you. It's honestly up to you, but you just have to get a piece of paper, you know, take time to just write down a list of things that you want to do every single morning. And don't make it like too hard to do. You know, you want to make it so that the things that you write down are things that you can actually see yourself doing like every day. Like don't put like, oh, like every morning I'm gonna run like 5 miles, because you know damn well you're not gonna do that, right? You're not gonna do that. But on the flip side, if you say, okay, every morning I'm gonna do like a 5 to 10 minute ab workout, then that's doable. That's something that you can actually see yourself doing. Yes, I mean, when you do start off with this routine, it is going to be hard in general because you're used to just like waking up whatever time you want to wake up and just doing whatever you want. So it is going to be a little hard at first, but with time, you'll start to adapt. And back when I was, you know, utilizing a routine before I started slacking, like I actually felt like I was being more productive. And I think that's due to the fact that writing things down tends to give you like a sense of like accountability, because you know you want to like make sure to complete each thing one by one and you know check it off, you know, to make like progression. And that progression is what we need, you know what I'm saying? That progression is what leads us to sustainability and overall success. So yeah, definitely make a routine. Moving on, number 5, I would say to stop watching explicit content. Like, stop watching porn, stop watching the hub. Like, bro, take a chill pill, relax, bro. That was your fourth time today. Stop choking the chicken. The more that you continue to expose yourself to this kind of material, the more that your mind becomes distorted, you know, and you start to look at the things of life from like a lustful lens. You know, you start looking at women solely as objects, as if like they have nothing else to offer, just like their bodies, you know what I'm saying? And you're always just thinking about sex, always. It's always running through your mind. And it can really hinder you from changing your life, because in a weird way you become more complacent, and in a weird way you become lazier due to the fact that, you know, those explicit websites are so easily accessible. You know, as long as you have a stable internet connection, as long as you have a laptop or a phone, you can access them any time of the day, like anytime you want. So you're not going out there talking to people, creating meaningful relationships anymore, challenging yourself. You know, you're just creating a meaningful relationship with your screen. But as a man myself, I understand that it's very hard to curb an addiction that you've been doing like almost every day. You know what I'm saying? It's not so easy to just stop abruptly. You feel me? Because your brain and your mind and your body have just become so used to that lifestyle. But that's why I said earlier to get rid of social media. Why is it that you think people relapse? People relapse because they constantly put themselves in situations that increase the likelihood of them relapsing. What does that mean? Maybe they might be on Instagram all the time and then they see an Instagram model and she's looking good as hell. You know, so that causes you to feel some type of way, to have an urge. And then you're like, oh, what do I do? What do I do? And you're kind of like frustrated. And then eventually somehow you end up on a hub. You You see, these things go hand in hand. They lead to each other. So we have to learn to prepare for the battle before the battle actually commences. You know what I'm saying? We have to have our armor before, you know, we just go into battle and you know, we get beat up. You feel me? So this could mean, like I said, removing social media, maybe putting restrictions on your laptop or your phone via some kind of software. Or, you know, what I did is I messed with my like router, and I changed it so that if I were to try to like type in these websites, like it would block it automatically and I couldn't like open it. You know what I'm saying? So do what you have to do in order to allow yourself to, you know, get to that next level, to grow. Because this is going to be our year, right? This is going to be our year of change, of growth, of improving. So this is just one of those things that we need to work on alleviating. And last but not least, the last thing that we need to do in order to change our lives in 2022 is to step outside. You know, make sure at least every day if you can, even if it's like for 5-10 minutes, just step outside, go for a walk. Don't bring your phone or nothing like that. Don't bring any kind of technology, and just walk outside and experience the beauty of life. Because I feel like a lot of times we're so bombarded by constant stimulation of some sort that we never take time for ourselves to really just be with our own thoughts, you know, to introspect, to reflect, to learn about ourselves. You know what I'm saying? We always trying to learn about somebody else's life, but why can't you just learn about yourself? And I feel like taking time to do this, like for a little bit every day, can yield great results. Just like a business needs to invest into themselves so their business can grow, you also need to invest in yourself, your mental health, so you can have a better quality of life. With that being said, I hope you enjoyed this video. I hope it helped you in some way, shape, or form, hopefully. You know what I'm saying? If it didn't... Whoa! Where did that come from? Jeez. I don't got the Rona. I don't got the Rona. I don't got it. I promise you I don't got it. But anyways... anyways, if you enjoyed this video, hey, leave a like. It's the least that you can do for your boy. And with that being said, Danigan signing.